Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Thursday, which is how to do something fabulous and awesome in regards to social media, business, and marketing. And today, what I'm really excited to share with you is my 3-pillar rule. So we all are very, very much sold on the need to be on social media. Right, I think that that's kind of a given. We all know that we need to be on social. We should be on social if we're wanting to really make a big dent in the world and get things to where it is that we want to be. Hello, hi, is it Anika? Good morning. So one of the, thanks for joining us. Let me know when you guys are on. I think one of the best ways, it's really hard. For some reason, I can't see the names all the time when they pop in. So make a comment, let me know that you're here and I'll say hey. So one of the big things I think that I see play out all the time with my clients, morning Ainsley, with my clients and with the people that I'm talking to, whether it's on webinars, whether I'm at networking events or dinners or anything like that, is that they're all like, hey, Maxine, they all kind of say, well, you know what? Oh my God, there are so many platforms. How do I choose what to be on? Do I be on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram? Should I be podcasting? Should I be on my website? Should I be blogging? Do I need to be vlogging? Do I need to do Facebook Lives? Do I do that on my personal profile? Do it on my business profile? And then not to mention all these other new fandangled apps that come out like Vero and Musical.ly and Snapchat and, you know, all this, that, and the other. So all of that, what we know, like when I'm talking to people, it's just like, holy crap, like it's so overwhelming. What do I choose? Do I go and spend all of my time trying to be across everything? Now, I love Gary Vaynerchuk, right? I love the way that he speaks. Good morning, Jeremy. I love his, in theory, I love his philosophies, and I think he's really great, and he's got a whole lot of people out there doing a whole lot more than what they ever probably thought was possible, which is awesome. But some of the things that he's asking people to do is to have a presence on every single platform and be direct messaging people and interacting and engaging with people and everything like that. And I think that's great in theory, but I don't know about you. I mean, if I'm spending all my time trying to get my posts up on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and LinkedIn and Snapchat and Vero and Musical.ly and blog and podcast, when the heck am I supposed to be delivering to my clients? Like, when am I actually doing client work? Now, in a business whereby you might have team who's doing the work and things like that, you know, awesome. You can probably afford to spend all of your time working on the business building side of things versus marketing, presence building, platform building, advertising, and delivery, right? But most of us, or most of the people that I talk to and the people that I work with, it doesn't really, it just becomes really overwhelming, and then most people just stop, and then, or they're doing all of these things not well because they're trying to, like, they're essentially spreading themselves too thin. So what I wanted to really step you through today is around what my personal philosophy is, the stuff that has worked brilliantly for me over the years that has not stopped working. And I want to talk you through, and then also what my clients do, so that you can see how those things kind of really interlink and interchange, and you know, based in different industries. Now, obviously, I'm a marketer, right? Well, maybe not obviously, but I'm a marketer. I'm a social media person. I don't do social media generally for people, but I'm all about you building your presence, generating leads, turning that into profit. Yeah. So all the time, the things that I've got in my head are, how are we going to turn that into money? Now, Gary's stuff is very much like building yourself up as an influencer, building profile, building positioning and things like that. And that's great, but we can do things in a way that is also kind of like short game, right? So the short game is where you start getting results faster for the time, money, and energy that you're putting in. The long game is where you build up over time and you keep working on doing that thing, right? So that's, either way, it's great. You can get results both ways, but I want results now as well as setting myself up in the future. So Ainsley said, I find that that's too much. I stuck to blogging, Facebook, Instagram. They're my favorite platforms, and in person. Yeah, cool. Awesome. So my personal opinion, and this is based on my own experience, it's been based on testing, and it's based on what I've seen work really well for clients in terms of them being able to implement without losing their mind with all of the losing all their marbles, right? With all of the things that they need to do. Good morning, Tony. Thanks for joining. So it was nice to see some new faces in here today. Thank you. Great to see you. So the 3-pillar rule. Now, my personal take on this is that I think that you guys, no matter whether you're in startup, whether you're doing $100,000 a year, whether you're doing $250,000 a year, $500,000 or $1 million a year, you can scale your business, your profile, your presence, your lead generation. You can scale all of that really easily simply by following the 3-pillar rule. The 3-pillar rule for me, hey Neil, is really about you choosing, and we're going to talk about what you have to choose in a sec. Choosing, you've got 2 main platforms that I want you to be on, and then you've got the third, that you can choose the third one on there. Hey Jen, good morning. Good to see you. So the thing for me is that you've got to be on Facebook. Now, I care about you, I care about your business, but I don't really care what it is that you're selling. All right, whether you're a consultant, whether your product, whether your service, whether you're a practice owner, whether you're a multi-million-dollar business owner, whether you're startup, whether you're seasoned, it doesn't matter. Whether you're an author, you could be an allied health professional, doesn't matter. You've got to be on Facebook with a business profile, building that up. Okay? Oh, thanks, Neil. So that's a really lovely thing to say. He said, hey, Nicola. I said, hello, Nicola, actually. I love your lives with a thumbs up. Nice, thanks. I love doing them. So we've got one platform, which is Facebook. Now, guys, the numbers as at last month when I looked them up, 2.2 billion active users on Facebook, 1.1 billion daily active users on Facebook. Your people are there. They are most of the time not there to buy. They are on there killing time, checking out what their neighbors are doing, following up on what their children are doing, trying to avoid their parents, whatever it might be. They are on there killing time. Now, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, scaremongering, usually by the other platforms. Hey, Rebecca, whereby they're saying, oh, everyone's leaving Facebook and this, that, and the other. And it's like, well, you know what? There may be some people leaving Facebook, but guess what? There are also new people coming on all the time. So don't buy into the bullshit and the drama that is going on. Your people are there and it will serve you for a very, very long time to come. Hey, Louise. So that's it. You've got to be on Facebook. The second platform that you've got to be on is you've got to have your own website. Now, I know that's not necessarily a social media channel, but it is a digital platform that you have to have. Now, again, it doesn't matter your industry, it doesn't matter what you're selling, it doesn't matter whether you're wanting to develop keynotes or if you're an author or practice, like whatever, it doesn't matter. You've got to have your own website that you are blogging on, that you are adding value, that you're giving someone a place to research you outside of social media. All right, so it's a home for all of your content. It's not your paid content, your free stuff that you're putting out there. Okay, so you've got to have a Facebook page and your website, right? The third platform, so this is where the third pillar comes into play. This is where you get a little bit of free choice. Okay, so you can use whatever the third platform is that you want to be able to use, but we've got to think before you choose. We've got to think about who your audience is. So You can choose between Instagram, podcasting, LinkedIn, Twitter. I haven't seen, in my 8 years of doing this, I haven't really seen or heard of people doing very much business in the terms of revenue building using Twitter as a platform. So I would just kind of think, I don't know that that's really the right place for you to be playing. I would probably be choosing between, if I was you, I would be choosing between either Instagram or LinkedIn, depending on who your market is. So if your audience are accountants, right, you are probably, if you're wanting to talk to accountants and help them streamline their businesses, or whatever it is that you're trying to do for an accountant, they're probably going to be on LinkedIn, because they are typically, and I'm speaking very, very generally here, right? So don't crucify me. Speaking very generally, that they're generally a little bit more professional and conservative, and they like to have those from a business perspective. They like to have those more business kind of connections. So if your market is someone who's very much like that, then you would probably choose LinkedIn to go play. If your market are, again, going to be very generalistic, mothers, hey Myrna, perhaps they're mothers, they might have little people, and they like less than 5 years old type thing, under 5, then you might find that Instagram, let's say they're in their early 30s, they'll probably be on Instagram, checking out the different things, looking at the different photos and scrolling through there, right? So you want to choose, as your third pillar, choose a platform that makes the most sense for you to invest time into, because there is an investment of time required for each pillar, right? So we've got the 3 pillars, and that's really awesome. So I would be very strongly encouraging you to commit for 90 days to just work on those 3, rather than trying to spread yourself thin and try and do everything everywhere. So we've got Facebook, your website, and let's say Instagram for the sake of the discussion. What do you do now? So you've got your 3 pillars. You know what it is that you're going to focus on. You've got the next 90 days to start building momentum. Good morning, Mel. Thanks for saying hey. Good to have you today. So the thing here is that we build this momentum solidly over the next 3 months. Thanks, Ainsley. This is why I love you. You make sense. Oh, thank God. So we build momentum. Now, you might find that you start building momentum really fast, right? You've got interaction. You've got your posts going up. You've got people opting in, which is where they're giving you their name and email address. You're building your list at the same time. That's awesome. You might choose at the end of that 90 days to then go, all right, I've got that stuff nailed. I've got those strategies down. Ace, that's awesome. Now let's go play over in LinkedIn. And you're not using all of your brain space then to try and work out the strategy, because you've just decided you're just kind of like adding another platform or another bow. That's not another bow. Another arrow into your, oh my gosh, my words are failing me. Coffee needs to kick in. Quiver? I think it's a quiver. So another platform into your repertoire. Let's just use it as that, because my words have gone. So this is how you know we're live. So we've got that, right? And then you can start to practice and you can start to play with that, which is really awesome. But it means that you've got these other 3 platforms kind of humming along and ticking along really well, which is super, super important. You may also decide that, you know what, I'm doing really well with what I've got going on right now. I don't actually need to add another platform into the mix at all, which would be great, right? If you can make the money that you want to make by being on 3 platforms, which is Facebook, your website, and LinkedIn's string to the bow, thanks Ainsley, and then Instagram or LinkedIn or whatever, then, you've got a really good solid thing. Why would you go and change it up? Why would you go in and spend that energy going into another platform? To me, it just doesn't make sense. So we agree that we've got 3 pillars that we're going to focus on. We're going to keep it super simple for the next 90 days. The next question that generally comes up is, that's awesome, Nick, but what the heck do I post? So I want you to be thinking about this. I base everything that I do is based on adding value to you guys, right? To my audience. I always want to make sure that anything that I'm putting out is value based first of all. Otherwise it's spam, it's annoying, and it's just shit, right? And we don't want to be putting shit out there, because what happens is that what you feed in is the stuff that comes out the other end, right? So if you're feeding shit into the machine, guess what's going to come out the other side? Unhelpful. So we want to be adding value in, building relationships, building connection, building rapport, helping people to see that you know what you're talking about, that you can make things that maybe are quite complex, you can make them simple. And then out of the other end is where they start to really then go, okay, yep, this is someone I can listen to. Yes, I feel like I know them. I feel like they know me. I can learn to like them. I can learn to trust them because they're so consistent no matter where I'm finding them, right? So for you, this builds consistency, it builds overall brand, it builds overall positioning, right? Because you're going to be the same on all your platforms. So the rule of thumb that I use is, if you've got five posts as a rotation, one of the posts that you put up, and this is on the social media channels, not your website, right? So we're looking at Facebook and then LinkedIn or Instagram. Look at a 5-post rotation. So write this down if you're taking notes. The first one is going to be a picture of you, right? Doing whatever it is that you do. So it might be a candid photo. So I'm talking about a photo perhaps off your phone or that someone else takes of you doing something in the mix of everything that you're doing. It could be a morning walk photo. I go for walks every single morning with my family, most of my family, and we take photos every day, and I post those photos because I want you guys to know that yes, I'm running a $500,000 a year business. We're growing back up to $1 million a year, and I still have time for family and balance and doing the things that nourish and nurture my soul, right? Really, really important to me to show you guys that yes, you can have 3 kids. Yes, you can have a husband, or yes, you can have a wife, or yes, you can have no children, or yes, you can have fur babies, whatever it is, and you can still achieve what it is that you want when you're prioritizing. So a photo of you, it might be a photo of you sitting at your desk. Get someone that you know to walk past and take a photo of you, or wherever it is that you're working. If you're working on the kitchen table, get that photoed, graphed. Get photographs of that, because it will show later on your journey and your commitment to you, right? So a photo of you doing something. Now, if you don't have someone around you that can take a photo, you could get a little tripod. I've got this really cool one that is like a stabilizer and stuff, and it's not turned on right now. But often what I'll do, and you guys might have seen this, I'll have my... let's see if I can get my tripod turned around. So I'll often have my phone sitting up in here, and you may have seen these photos, I'll be sitting working at my computer, and I'll have a delay timer on my phone, like a 3-second delay or a 10-second delay, and I'll be like working, and the phone will just take the photo, right? So you can always set it up. You could get I got another tripod there. You could have it set up on a tripod. Don't overthink it though, all right? Just, oh yeah, this is me doing my thing. Get a photo taken if you haven't got someone to do that for you. So this is kind of like a candid photo, not professional, okay? Hope you're sold on that now. The next thing that you're gonna put up is a text post. So just put some text up. It doesn't carry, not with an image, not with a link. Just go type something that and you can pre-schedule these, guys. So these are the skeleton posts, right? So you can pre-schedule these. So when you're sitting there going, oh yeah, that'd be really awesome to share, go type it up and share it, or schedule it in for another time, Okay, so text. The next thing that I want you to share is a bit more of like a professional photo of you. Now, this doesn't mean that you've got to go and spend $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on a photo shoot. I'm not saying that. You could go find someone who's going, maybe doing a photography course at TAFE or something like that. Ask them to take some photos of you. Good morning, Jess. Ask them to take some photos of you in exchange for you saying, like giving them photo credit or them using you in their portfolio or something like that. You don't have to go and spend thousands of dollars on getting professional photos taken, but I would like you to have something taken that is maybe a little bit more professional. The next thing that you're going to post is a video. Now, in an ideal perfect world, I would love the heck out of you guys doing Facebook Live videos once a day, right? Because that would be awesome, and why would we not do that? But I also know that particularly when you're kind of starting to get this stuff down, that can sometimes be a little bit daunting and stuff like that. So if you're not ready to do a Facebook Live yet, that's okay. Maybe film a blog. Right? You get your camera, get the tripod set up, film a blog, and share that video on social media. Okay? The other thing that I would really love for you to do is to be sharing links to your blogs. Okay? So we've got the 3 pillars being Facebook, your website. When you're blogging on your website, you can share the links to that. And I'd encourage you to be blogging at least once a week. You can put a new blog up and then share that over on your Facebook page, okay? The other thing that you can do is that if there are some people that you really love outside of your industry, right? Outside of your industry, you can then say, oh, hey, did you see this, guys? Like, this is really cool and awesome. You could totally do this. So it might be like Tim Ferriss or Brendan Burchard or Oprah or, someone who you think is perhaps complementary to what you do, but maybe not in, not direct competition. You know what I mean, right? Karina, I go live every day. Whoop, whoop. I love it. I sucked in the beginning, which is only 2 weeks ago. Yay, congratulations. That is so cool. Congratulations. Yes, it feels really shit to start with. Because it's like, for me, it's like, okay, I'm going to go do these lives, but what if no one turns up? What if I lose my words? Which I've done today, but I filled it in with other words, and that kind of stuff. But really, it's about just breaking the seal and getting that practice done, right? That's really what it's all about, and making it about your audience instead of making it about you. So well done, Karina. Super happy for you. That's awesome work. So they're the 5 rotational posts that I would be looking up. You could share quotes. If there's some kind of quote that you love, that you want to share, then take that. Post that up there as well. So we don't have to overthink it. But the thing that we're always thinking about in terms of the posts that you put up, think about your audience. Do your people need motivation? Put something up that's motivational, because that is adding value. If you've got someone who is that they really need some inspiration or a kick in the ass, or they just need to hear the no bullshit truth about whatever it is that you're doing, then go and post up about that, right? You don't have to make this hard. Keep it really simple. So the 5 rotational posts. If you're posting between 3 and 5 times per day on your Facebook business page, then what that buys you time to do, the 6th post can be a call to action, which a call to action is where you're asking people to take the next step with you. Hey, Ashley, good morning. So it might be, hey, come and join my webinar that I'm running today. Hey, I'm doing a pre-launch of my book. Pre-order your copy. It might be, hey, download this checklist that I put together. Call to action is where you're telling people the next step that they need to undertake in order to progress that relationship a little bit further. And they can either choose to do something or not. It's totally up to them, right? So ideally, you want to be using this as a way to get people onto your list and onto your database, right? Because that way, if something happens to social media, you've got that group of people that you can still be communicating with. So it almost provides a bit of a fail-safe. Yeah. Awesome. On LinkedIn, you might post 2 to 3 times a day, still have that 5-post rotational thing, but you've got to get 5 pieces of value out there, my opinion, at least 5 pieces of value out there before you ask people to do something. Because otherwise it's kind of just a little bit buy my shit, buy my shit, buy my shit, buy my shit, or download my stuff, download my stuff, download my stuff. And that really, it can feel just really slimy and icky and, bleh. So do the things that are about adding value, incrementally building relationships, and offer people a way to move forward. And some will take you up on it and some won't, and that's cool, but you keep going through that way. So that's your social media platforms. That's those 2 pillars. Your website, I'd really love for you guys to be blogging weekly. There is no right or wrong way in terms of word count, in terms of video length that you need to utilize for this. Okay, so what I mean by that, some people will say, oh, but Nicola, I'm not a writer. Okay, cool, go film a video. And if you can get your message across in that video in the space of 3 minutes, more power to you. If you need 10 minutes to get your information across, then spend 10 minutes doing a video. If you need to spend 15, 20 minutes, great, do that. There's no right or wrong, and it doesn't have to be the same every time, right? It's just as long as it needs to be for you to deliver on the promise that you have made with that blog. Yeah. Now, if you want to write, if you're a writer, then go write. And if you can get your message across in 500 words, awesome. If you need 2,500 words, awesome. If you need to span like three word pages, I don't know how many words that's going to be, but 3 pages in a Word document for you to get your message across, great, do that. It's about working out what works best for you. So Louise, this should answer your question. You said vlog or blog. I am much, much better at speaking than what I am writing. I find I've really got to be, it takes so much more energy and brain space for me to write. I find it really challenging. So I prefer, for me, it's easier for me to get on camera and just start speaking and going through that versus writing. So it's whatever works for you. Having said that, once you've got a really great catalog of content out there, and this is where the 3-month commitment kicks in, right? If it takes you, if you've got 3 months, that's 12 weeks, if you've got 12 blogs up that are all written or that are all video, maybe start interchanging and adding something else in, because different people listen and learn and consume information in a different way, right? Some people are super auditory and visual, and they really, really need to see the video. They need to see your face. They need to, be a part of that kind of experience with you. Other people much prefer to read or to print things off and start looking through that stuff. So it's really you working out for the short term, working out what works best for you, and then adding some other things in there as well. Hope that makes sense. Karina, same gift of the gab. Yeah. On my school reports, it was always, if Nicola would just stop talking. Anyway, that is us for today. Oh my golly, we've been going for 30 minutes. Thank you so much for your time and your attention today. I hope you have a really super awesome and kick-ass amazing day. If you've got questions for me about these 3 pillars, about structure, about content, about anything at all, please let me know and I would love to answer them for you. We have got our, what are we doing tomorrow? Oh, we've got Celebration Friday and Insight Friday happening tomorrow. And I share my biggest insights for the week, my biggest learnings for the week, and of course, the stuff that I'm celebrating for the week. So if you're curious about what I'm going through, then, come and hang out. I would also love to hear yours. What are you celebrating? What's really cool? What's going on in your world? What is the best, most awesomest thing that's happened so far this week? Let me know tomorrow and we'll bring on home the week with a bang. Yay! All right, guys, have an amazing day, and I will chat with you all tomorrow. Bye.